Hello, I'm Guy C. of Lexica R&D in Tokyo. We make the WordEngine vocabulary study application. If you want to contact me, that's my email address. If you want your students to score higher fast, contact me about WordEngine and have your students start using it. Today, I will highlight TOEFL data, but keep in mind everything I say applies equally to TOEIC and IELTS too. The only real difference is the total number of different words needed for each test. Our apps teach all of the vocabulary for TOEFL, TOEIC, IELTS, and many more special purposes. There are no other apps that come close. WordEngine is the undefeated champion of vocabulary study apps. The TOEFL vocabulary universe is 16,736 words, and every single TOEFL test is written with a subset of these 16,736 words. Each TOEFL test has about 4,000 of these words on it. Do your students need to learn all 16,736 words? No, of course not. To score higher fast, they need to learn as many as possible of the 4,000 TOEFL words that are going to be on their next test. How many do they need to know? 70%? 80%? 95%? 99%? And how can they learn their missing words quickly? And hey, I'm not talking about the vocabulary questions. I'm talking about all of the words that ever occur in all parts of the test, including the instructions. The most frequently occurring 4,954 TOEFL words, the purple slice, cover 95% of all words that ever occur on any TOEFL test. The next most frequent 2,547 words, the greenies, cover another 4%. Together, these 7,501 words provide a massive 99% coverage of all words that ever occur on any TOEFL test. What about the 9,235 TOEFL words in that big yellow section? They look important. No, they are not important. All of them put together account for less than 1% of the words on any TOEFL test. Let's look at this another way. Here are the same 16,736 TOEFL words in a scatter plot. Each dot represents one TOEFL word. Words to the left are highly frequent on TOEFL. Words to the right are on TOEFL, but they are not frequent. Words at the bottom are easy words that most people know. And words at the top are difficult words that only a few people know. These are the frequent purple and green words from the pie chart, the 99%. Words over on the right are the yellow words from the pie chart, the 1%. Okay, watch closely now, because here's where it really gets interesting. Words at the bottom are easy words that most people know. Look, there's a lot of easy words that are not frequent on TOEFL. And the words at the top are mostly unknown words. Second language learners can't learn these words through their regular study because these words aren't in any of the typical TOEFL study materials. Can you guess what this word is? It's farthest to the left, which means it occurs more often than any other word. If you guessed the, you're correct. Notice that it's not the most well-known word on TOEFL. My goodness, it looks like there are hundreds of words that are easier than the. You betcha. The is not an easy word. Let's do one more. This one is kind of difficult and kind of frequent. Any idea what word this one is? Of course not. How could you possibly know? This one is fill up, a phrasal verb. Interesting. Okay, so now we have a basic understanding of how TOEFL vocabulary can be statistically plotted for frequency and difficulty. Boom! See that horizontal line across the scatter plot? That is Amelia's ability level. Amelia is a first-year college student in Ecuador. Words below her ability are known to her. Words above her ability are unknown to her. That makes sense, right? Because they're above her ability. She hasn't learned them yet. What's this? Oh, a vertical line at 99% coverage. Words to the left are frequent on TOEFL. Amelia needs to know them. Words to the right are infrequent on TOEFL. They aren't going to help Amelia score higher. Wait, what's this? You already know these words. Studying them is a waste of time. Yeah, you can say that again. You already know these words, but they so seldom occur on TOEFL that you don't need them anyway. Got it. You don't know these words, but you don't need to learn them because they almost never appear on TOEFL. Oh, good. That'll save time. You do not know these words. You need to learn them because they appear often on TOEFL. Darn right. These are the words that Amelia needs the most. Only Lexica's patented science can identify these high-priority words for each individual student. These words are going to give Amelia a tremendous scoring advantage on TOEFL. Other students will study for many years and still not learn all these words. Amelia is going to learn all of them in a matter of weeks. Are you curious what kind of words they are? Nothing special, really. Script, Southern, fill-up, garment, and 3,500 more like them. Got it. But which one of these unknown words should Amelia learn first? Script, right? Because that's the most frequently occurring TOEFL word she doesn't know. Brilliant. Only WordEngine can teach the most frequently occurring words that each learner is missing for TOEFL. In this case, Amelia needs to learn about 3,500 more words, which is actually about 4,200 different meanings. Because don't forget, high-frequency words are often polysemous, which means they have more than one meaning. But still, learning all 4,200 meanings is not a difficult task. Not with WordEngine. Of course, Amelia will want to repeat her new words at increasing time intervals to strengthen her memory retention. They call that spaced repetition. She definitely needs that. Well, she will need some cardboard boxes and thousands of index cards to write her words on. Or maybe she should just use WordEngine, especially since WordEngine has the technology that can skip over the TOEFL words she already knows. That way she can stay focused on learning just the frequent TOEFL words she doesn't already know. This one plots TOEFL scores in correlation to vocabulary size. TOEFL scores across the bottom axis and TOEFL vocabulary size on the vertical axis. There are well over 7,000 dots on this graph, and each dot represents a person who took TOEFL. Each dot shows the person's TOEFL score and their vocabulary size at the time they took the test. Let's look at a few examples. Several hundred people in this dataset scored 61 on TOEFL. Their dots are all somewhere on this red line, which is at 61 on the score axis. The people at 61 with the most vocabulary knew 7,000 TOEFL words. The people at the bottom only knew about 2,900 TOEFL words. However, the average TOEFL vocabulary size for the several hundred people who scored 61 on TOEFL IBT is about 4,800 TOEFL words. What about for a score of 74? About 80 people in this data set scored exactly 74 on a TOEFL IBT. Some of them knew 7,200 TOEFL words, and some of them knew 4,500 TOEFL words. The average TOEFL vocabulary size at 74 is about 6,000 TOEFL words. A function of this spreadsheet program creates that black regression line and reports the correlation between vocabulary size and TOEFL scores. 0.81 correlation means that vocabulary size is a darn reliable way to project a TOEFL score. In fact, it is almost as reliable as the TOEFL itself. So, wait. Amelia can learn all her missing TOEFL words with WordEngine, the fastest, most efficient vocabulary study application in the world? We better check the fine print. WordEngine is for professional teachers seeking measurably higher proficiency outcomes from their students. WordEngine costs about $25 per student, and it comes with 24/7 customer support for teachers and students. WordEngine has a research-proven track record of success around the world. More than a few universities have compared WordEngine homework to traditional homework. In every case, WordEngine resulted in significantly higher average test score increases. In this case study, 250 first-year Japanese college students took a TOEFL PBT test at the start of the year. Half of the students were assigned 1 hour a week with WordEngine for 30% of the grade. The other half, the control group, was assigned 1 hour a week with the school's traditional mix of reading practice tests and worksheets. After 6 months, all 250 took a second TOEFL PBT. The traditional homework group increased their TOEFL PBT scores by an average 20 points. For those unfamiliar with the TOEFL PBT, a 20-point PBT increase is a 7-point increase on the TOEFL IBT. The group studying TOEFL with WordEngine increased an average 47 points. That's 15 points up on the IBT, more than double the control group. Every similar comparison study has concluded the same thing. WordEngine always outperforms equal time on task with other methods, and WordEngine is always preferred by the students because they see the vocabulary they learned on their tests. Check it out. Amelia started with 2,622 TOEFL words, but then she learned all of the remaining TOEFL words in just 6 weeks. She studied about an hour a day, but that's easy to do with WordEngine. Research shows that with WordEngine, scores on standard tests like TOEFL go up fast. And it's nice to have that kind of recognition. But always remember this, the reason scores go up on TOEFL, TOEIC, IELTS, ACAND, and others isn't because WordEngine gives students a kind of secret strategy advantage. The reason test scores go up is because WordEngine helps students quickly increase their vocabulary comprehension. And increased vocabulary comprehension greatly improves not only test scores, but also general English comprehension and communication ability for all situations. Thank you for joining this presentation.